Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Tricia Rothschild, President of Apex Clearing, to discuss first quarter results of the Apex Next Investor Outlook, which includes an analysis of the top 100 stocks owned by millions of investors on the Apex Clearing platform, with a special focus on Gen Z and Millennial digital investor sentiment. Tricia, it's great to meet with you. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill. Great to be here.
And Tricia, what stocks made a splash with the younger generation?
Well, it's really interesting being here at Apex. We kind of think of ourselves as the fintech for fintechs. And so we have a bit of a catbird seat with an eye on investors of all sorts, and particularly among younger investors, where just this past quarter, we opened 5 million accounts, actually. And we see across younger generations, obviously, there was a lot of interest in meme stocks in the first quarter. So across the 200 or so clients that we serve, which include applications like Webull, Stash, SoFi, we saw millennials making a big move into GameStop and AMC. They came into the Millennial 100 Index, which is the most popular 100 stocks that these younger investors hold, debuting at number 7 and number 5 of the top 100. And among the Gen Z investors, we saw those same two stocks, AMC and GameStop, debuting at number 6 and number 4. So clearly the meme stocks were making a big splash with the younger investors. And conversely, if you look at the holdings from the boomer from that cohort, the highest ranking there was AMC, which was around number 76.
And they also showed some love for penny stocks. What did you see there?
Yeah, penny stocks, any stock that's less than $5 a share jumped about 9 points in the index on the Gen Z list relative to the millennial list this year. So we also see a lot of fractional share trading here at Apex. We kind of pioneered fractional share trading. So we think that part of the reason there's been such an influx of younger investors on our platform is because they can access the markets for lower costs, whether it's through fractional share trading or through lower priced stocks, as we witnessed this past quarter. So Sundial Growers debuted on the list, actually moved up 50 spots. It wasn't a debut, but it did move up 50 spots to number 17. And another one that was kind of a penny stock is Zomedica, which debuted at number 19 on the Gen Z list. In fact, all in all, there were 1.9 trillion transactions in OTC markets in Q1. So that's like up over 2,000% from the previous year.
That really is quite remarkable. Wow. Has the return to normal trade taken a breather?
Yeah, a little bit. Definitely, we saw earlier in the pandemic, the interest among the millennials and the Gen Zs and things like vaccine makers, airlines, cruise companies. And now we see them trimming these positions, and the slippage has come from like United Airlines and American and Delta. They slipped in Q1, as well as pharmaceutical companies both fell into the main pharmaceutical companies fell into the bottom half of the index for the millennials and Gen Z both.
And Tricia, do younger investors show support for the longer term heavyweights?
Absolutely. That's the one part of I find really interesting, and I think these are the stocks that are consistently held quarter over quarter at the top. So even though there's all the commotion and rapid rise of things like meme stocks, there's also consistency around really large, but I think kind of inspirational or relatable tech forward companies like Tesla, Amazon, Apple. They consistently are number 1, 2, and 3 in the rankings.
And finally, how does Gen Z view crypto?
Oh, yes. So at Apex, actually on our platform, through our sister company, Apex Crypto, we opened over 1.5 million accounts ourselves with crypto. And in our Millennial 100 Index, we saw the debut of a couple of names that were not previously there. So for example, Riot Blockchain debuted at number 38. And there's another one called Marathon Digital Holdings, which just skyrocketed up to number 25.
All right, Tricia, appreciate the insight. These surveys are always interesting to follow. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thanks, Jill. My pleasure.